I want to talk to you a little bit about confidence and how it can be your strongest ally, especially as a young athlete. And I know that and successful athletes are going to have ups and downs throughout their career, and so your ability to get back up and to manage those downs is really important. It's going to be a big indicator of how far you're going to go in your basketball career. So a couple of things that are really important, certainly when it comes to confidence and your ability to keep playing through some of those challenges, is not having a fear of failure. So you can't be worried all the time about making mistakes or missing shots. Even the best NBA and WNBA players miss over half their shots, right? So you're going to miss shots, you're going to make mistakes, but your ability to play on and to play at that high level following those mistakes is what's probably most important. So I think some of the key tools and tricks is not chasing those negative thoughts and not thinking about that mistake, but moving on and focusing on what's the next most important thing you need to do for you or for your team to be successful. That's really, really important. Another tool that really helps with being confident is being prepared, right? So if you've done the work, you've practiced, you've put the hours in, you trust your coaches, you've got a good game plan, you can be confident and you should be confident. I guess one of my biggest pet peeves too is, when you're preparing for a game, you're visualizing, you're seeing the ball go through the hoop and you're getting yourself ready for a game. Don't show up to the gym and start pinging away from the three-point line. Start up close to the basket, right? So it's little steps. Make 10 layups, right hand, left hand, take a step back, make more shots, right? Get confidence that way rather than making 1 out of 23 to start your warm-up. And confidence really for me is about acknowledging your strengths, your weaknesses, being comfortable knowing what they are, and I guess knowing that you have it in you to overcome those challenges and be a tough player on the court, be a good player on the court. I had the fortune of coaching the best WNBL player ever in Susie Bakovic when I was coaching the Fire, and she has. She's one of the most confident athletes I've ever come across, and I'll tell you a little story about her. So we had a game here at home, and we'd lost 2 games. We really needed to win this one against Sydney, and we were down 1. She got fouled, so she had 2 free throws to win the game. And Susie is a great free throw shooter. I think her career average is above 80, so pretty solid player to have at the foul line to win you the game in front of our home crowd. And long story short, but she missed both foul shots and we lost that game, and it was a pretty big loss for us, and everyone was a bit upset about it. I called her the next day. She was in tears. She was really upset, I let the team down. I can't believe I missed 2 foul shots, blah, blah, and quite upset with herself. Fast forward a week to our next game, and we're playing in Bendigo, and this time we're up by a few points. So Bendigo are fouling us near the end of the game. And so I've got a timeout and I draw a play to get someone the ball, knowing full well they're going to foul us and send us to the foul line. And I was drawing that play for Mia Murray because in my head I was thinking, well, Susie just lost the game last week by missing 2 free throws, so she might not feel confident stepping up to the line. But in true Susie fashion, that was last week, and so she's already forgotten about it. She's learned her lesson. She's moved on. And so she looks at me and she says, give me the ball, I'll win the game. And so I draw this play, and she gets fouled and makes 2 free throws and wins the game for us. So I think that's a really good example of not chasing those negative thoughts, because what happened last week really has no bearing on how she's going to shoot free throws this week. And she knows that. So she's like, whatever. That was last week. This week I'm going to win the game. And she was confident enough to just step up to the line, not worry about what she didn't even think about it. I thought about it. She didn't. And she'd moved on and she won the game for us. So I think that's a really important lesson about how you can, sometimes when you're going down a rabbit hole and you're chasing those negative thoughts and you're thinking about, I did that last week or I missed that shot or whatever, that's really not helpful and it's not going to help you play better. So just forget about it. Learn your lesson. So if it was a mistake, a turnover, a bad pass, whatever, there might be a lesson to be learned in terms of passing angles or whatever that might be, and then you move on and you drop that mistake and just don't remember it.